Oh boy, what's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Oh, we are here to discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac. Um, season 8, episode. What episode are we on? Episode 12. So let me say hi to the people. Let me share it out because I know I don't have no notification because this is my fourth time live today. I know they ain't sending out no notification. Let me just share this out real quick, and we're gonna get started because this ain't gonna take us long. It's and it's not that it's not gonna take long because the episode was boring. It's not gonna take long because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I just feel like at this point they playing in our faces, and I'm sick of it. I don't know if I don't know if it's Potomac. I don't know if it's the genre. I don't know if it's the people. But I really felt like in this whole episode, you playing in my face. And then I looked at the previews for next week and you still playing in my face. So let's get into it because I don't watch the show. You just said, well, I appreciate y'all that are just here to support me and listen to me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Well, let's get into it, honey. Let's get into it. So we start this episode off. We have Karen, I mean, not Karen, Lord, not Karen. Oh, thank you, Kenya. Kenya said, girl, I set a reminder since I'm not getting notifications. I can't remember. Anyway, what? One more damn alarm going off on my phone. Right. I had 20,000 alarms too, child. Thank you so much. Oh, speaking of which, I just remember something I got to put in my bag for work tomorrow so I don't forget to take it to work. Um, but thank you for the super chat, my love. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So we start this episode off. We have Giselle, we have Ashley, we have down to the fabric store looking for fabric for their cloak for their workout line or whatever. Then we have Mia, Robin, and somebody else met them down there. Was it NECA? It wasn't NECA. Maybe it was NECA. I know it was Mia and Robin met them down there. Um, Here's the plan in my face, number one. Again, at what point have we seen Giselle and Ashley sit down with anybody that is in the clothing industry? Now, I know that there have been rumors for years about Ashley having her own yoga line. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard that, and I've heard that from multiple sources, but I honestly haven't seen any proof of it. And it may be valid. I don't know. If that rumor is true that Ashley actually does have her own makeup line, I mean, workout line. First of all, I don't think she would be so worried about money because Ashley talks about her lack of money a lot. So I don't think money would be a big issue. But again, I don't know that to be true because Lord knows I'm nobody's divorce attorney. Number two, then if that is true, then I can understand. Then I can understand them maybe not needing to consult with somebody because Ashley would already maybe have the people in place, know the people, and know what they need to do and what they need to look for. But again, and I understand about the whole Bravo rule about if you push something on that Bravo gets a cut of the pie or whatever. But I feel like there's a way that I mean Ashley ain't been talking if it's true. Ashley ain't been talking about it in all these years. There's got to be a way for her to mention that she has some knowledge without having to give Bravo anything. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So that's number one. Number two, we haven't seen a conversation. Like where did this come from? Like we saw no conversation about Giselle and Ashley and workout. Like, where did this come from? Were y'all just sitting around one night chilling? Were y'all at the gym and were like, we can do this better? Like, where did this come from? That's my second question. So when I say they playing in our faces, this is the kind of stuff that I have questions about, right? So then we had the whole oh, and let me be clear, this is gonna be equal opportunity because I probably got something for a little bit of everybody in this episode. So then we have they talked about Surrey and who went to Surrey and the invitation for Surrey, and then they talked about Wendy's event with Happy Eddie, yada yada yada. Now I'm gonna wait till we get to the Happy Eddie event. We'll get to the Happy Eddie event in a second. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So then we have NECA talking about her champagne line. And again, you're playing in my face because why are you, oh, I'm sorry, her sparkling wine. I start my day with champagne and I end my day with champagne. So we gonna still go along with this. You take your prenatal vitamins with champagne. And your physician, doctor, don't think that's a problem. Now, again, I didn't go to nobody's medical school, and maybe there is no problem. Maybe there is no issue with you taking pills with alcohol. But I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and tell you that I think it's a problem. Every morning, you taking your prenatal vitamins with champagne. I think that's an issue. Now, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Go tell me in the chat if I'm tripping. Say really be, you know that just. But again, she said it once, and I sort of let it slide. Now, I'm sorry, my heater. When I was now when I did my live, I let it slide. Now, when we were on the Whether You Like It or Not panel, they brought it up, and we kind of had to address it. But I let that issue slide. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I was like, I'm gonna just walk on by. I'm gonna walk on by that. Okay. But okay, great. Then, but when we found out about NECA, and I remember us finding out about NECA. Remember, we did a whole live about NECA, and we looked up her pictures, and I brought y'all to 411. Her bio says that she already owns this champagne line, this sparkling wine, to the point where I honestly thought that this was already an established brand. Did y'all also feel like when you read her bio and it said that she had a wine company or that they had a wine company, that this was already an established brand, not something she did during the show? And again, I'm not sneezing at it. I mean, rock on with your bad self. I'm glad y'all had y'all thing. I'm glad that worked out for you. But I mean, was I the only one that thought that this was already an established brand? So then we have NECA at her house that don't have no stove and don't have no sink, girl, and don't have no furniture. Again, I feel like at this point you were just rushing to be in your house before the season ended, because how in the fuck you moving into a house? Is that even legal? That you move into a house without a stove and a sink? I mean, I guess once you own it, it's legal. I guess. I just remember when I was looking at houses, like whatever the laws were, they couldn't sell me a house. Like the owners, because y'all know I told y'all when I bought my house, I was looking at foreclosures, okay? And whoever the owners were, like, took all of the appliances. And that was something that my realtor was saying, okay, no, they're gonna have to put some appliances in here, because I guess the type of loan I was getting, the FHA loan or whatever it was I was getting, they couldn't do it. Whatever it was, they couldn't do it. So I really feel like at this point you were just pressed to move into this house before, because right now, remember, we're at episode 14 at this point. And I think at this point she was just pressed to be in that house before the end of the season, because girl, and don't get me wrong, when they showed the before and after, it was beautiful, but girl, what? So NECA, the infamous, I mean not NECA, the infamous what's her name? Levy. The infamous Levy came through. We finally got to meet Miss Levy. And NECA Levy and her other friend, they were talking, she was letting the ladies know that she got invited to Wendy's event. And they told her watch her back. They were like, yeah, you're still on her territory, so you still better watch your back. And I was like, see, with friends like that. But anyway, so she told the ladies about her packing party event. Now she again, see this is okay. So again, here is the plan in my face. You don't buy $1 million house, but you can't get nobody to but you can't get nobody to help you unpack your shit. Did y'all see them boxes? Did y'all see the condition of some of those boxes? That was not professional movers that moved y'all. Did y'all see them boxes? Those were not professional movers. Now, I get it that she moved across country. So maybe some of them boxes came with her from LA, and I get it. They might have got beat up. Maybe they were even in storage while they were in their other house all of these months. But the fact that it has been 2 years and you still have wedding gifts that you have not unpacked. Now, again, is it reasonable to be like, I have wedding gifts and I didn't have nowhere to put them? Because at first, I mean, I know I'm jumping ahead. At first, I was going to give her the benefit of the doubt that these were gifts that she just didn't have anywhere to put them until she moved into her bigger home. But no, ma'am, y'all were literally reading the cards, which tells me, did you send thank you cards to these people? Like, the fact that, did you send thank you cards? Because how did you know to send a thank you card to somebody if you have not even opened up the fucking card? How are you reading the cards 2 years later? Now, again, I would give you the benefit of the doubt that y'all just didn't have nowhere to put the stuff. I get that. I get it. If y'all registered, a lot of them boxes was from Crate and Barrel, and y'all registered for stuff, and maybe you got 20 boxes of wine glasses. I don't know. That's fine. Maybe you ain't had nowhere to put all them damn wine glasses, but you didn't even open up the cards. Oh, we gonna get there, Kenya. Oh, Kenya, we gonna get there. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell y'all. This is a members only chat on ReallyBTV. But if you want to, you can chat freely over at ReallyBTV reviews. It looks like it's just a small group anyway. I think it's a combination between people not giving a damn about the Real Housewives of Potomac and my notifications not going out. But that's okay. Y'all know I love y'all anyway. And I get it. Because like I said, this whole episode was just playing in my damn face. But see, again, Xavier, here's what you can't do. And I'm gonna say this about Karen in a minute. I'm gonna get to Karen in a minute. Xavier said maybe NECA doesn't do thank you cards, but here's what you can't do. What you can't do is tell me how high class you are, and you don't do the shit that high class does. That's high class. I don't care. I get it that we're a new society and the young folk do things differently, but no, ma'am. Proper etiquette. And if you had a formal wedding with a wedding planner, then y'all were following proper etiquette. And proper etiquette says that within 2 weeks, they give you, I think, if I remember correctly, I think you have 2 weeks from the time you get back from your honeymoon. That is considered to be proper etiquette. Emily Post. Now, I'd have to look it up. But if I remember correctly, I believe from the time you get back from your honeymoon, it is considered proper etiquette that a thank you card be in the mail within the 2 weeks of you getting home from your honeymoon. Because a lot of people literally leave straight from their wedding and go to their honeymoon. So you have 2 weeks from the time you get home from your honeymoon. That's what proper etiquette is considered. And what you're not going to tell me is if you're not gonna sit here and tell me that you that you had a wedding planner and you had this huge wedding and your father is this rich doctor and your husband and y'all got all of this stuff and all of this land and all of these things and you have all of these homes and you got all this shit and it has been 2 years and you ain't sent a thank you card. You can't do both. You can't have it both ways. I'm sorry. I can't. You can't have it both ways. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. You just can't have it open. You can't have it both ways. Thank you, Quake. That is proper etiquette. Yeah, that's proper etiquette. So, we see Candace and Chris getting ready to go to Wendy's event. Now, Candace has to go to her work. You know, Candace is on the scripted show Hush, that's on Tubi, and she had to get to work, honey. I forgot how many jobs Candace really does have. Candace really is hustling, and I ain't mad at you about it, girl. I'm not mad at you about it, Candace. But basically, Candace is like, so what you gonna do when you see the people? And Chris was like, listen, I don't care. Like, if people speak to me, I'm gonna speak back. But honestly, I don't care. Like, I feel like Chris is one of those people that just don't hold grudges. Like, I don't think he's over it. And from that point of view, over it, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's that, but I feel like it's like I don't have the energy to just show up and be mad already, you know. And they thought, oh, it's on all black. I'm sorry, not Tubi. My bad, all black. And everybody thought this was a weed party. Listen, Wendy told us it was a weed party. Wendy ain't tell us they was gonna be rolling. She didn't tell us this was a how to roll weed party. She said it was a weed party. Now, because everything, I guess, is still fresh and new in the state of Maryland, and you know, the lady said they didn't want some people to feel uncomfortable, so they just no, she said we didn't want to scare the people, so everybody gonna be rolling oregano. But my thing is, if you know you're going to a weed party, what you scared of? Like, if somebody hit me up and say, hey, you know, a friend of mine is starting a cannabis line, they're having a party, a launch party, I would know what I'm walking into. And if I don't want to walk into that environment, I don't go. I think it was more to it. I think maybe Bravo maybe didn't want them actually rolling weed. Like, I know in Beverly Hills they did the weed infused, you know what I'm saying, stuff. So I don't know if they just didn't want that look. I don't know what it was, but I feel like it was supposed to be a full-on weed party, and maybe they switched it up. I got excited when they first showed that dispensary because I thought I know where a dispensary is by that company. I guess that company has more than one dispensary. And at first I thought it's a Sardi's right next door to the one I'm thinking about that I go to. Sardi's, I don't know if y'all have a Sardi's in your area. It sells Peruvian chicken. And there's one right over there. And I thought that's where it was because it's a Home Depot. And when I saw the Home Depot in the background, I said, oh, that's the one over there where I go to the Sardi's. But then when they showed a couple of more angles, it didn't look like it anymore. And I was like, oh, maybe that's not. Maybe they got more than one. Maybe that's maybe that's a franchise or whatever. Not a franchise, whatever. But they did get them little packages. You saw they gave them to go bags. So I feel like there was some weed and stuff in the bag, like the gift bags or whatever that they gave them. So when Ashley saw Chris, Ashley didn't speak. Shut up, Jonathan. Don't come in here with that mess. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, I'm glad I remembered this. Jonathan, I was watching your sermon. I was in Bedside Baptist. You know you was wrong for quoting Anita Baker down to the church. Y'all, what Jonathan was preaching today? Why he quoted Anita Baker? Baby, I cracked up. When I tell you I cracked up, Jonathan said, like Anita Baker said in the song, said, what was it, giving you the best that I got? Or was it nobody? What was the lyrics? We doing love songs this month. He said, well, she was talking about the love of her life. I guess he was baby, I cracked up. I said, oh, wait till I talk to Jonathan. I be watching John. I don't watch every Sunday. You bring me joy. That's what it was. You bring me joy. he said Anita was talking about somebody bringing her joy. Yeah. I said, oh, wait till I see Jonathan. Wait till I see Jonathan, baby. I cracked up. When I tell you my ass was cracking up, baby, that thing had me dying. Y'all better catch Jonathan, sir. Y'all can't get to church. Y'all better catch Bedside Baptist now. Y'all better catch Bedside Baptist if y'all can't get to church. I be sharing it on my wall on Sundays. Y'all better go catch it. Anyway, so Ashley comes in and Ashley says basically she ain't talked to Chris and she cool with talking to Chris. I mean, she cool with not talking to Chris and she don't care. We don't care either. Right, Jonathan, quoting that evil old lady. You're gonna make me go listen to Auntie. Listen, I was listening because I was like brushing my teeth and all that stuff, and I said, "Nita, you know you be Nita Baker." Yes, yes, Jonathan, yes, big bro. Anyway, you about to find that exact moment, baby. That thing cracked me up. It was during his sermon, so go to the sermon. Fast forward to the sermon. Okay. What did Ashley have on? Every outfit was terrible. She dressing like a teenager because Ashley is trying to get her a man. She went and got some new boobs, and she probably got a little tummy tuck. Okay, she probably got a little tightening, and Ashley is looking for a new sponsor. Real simple. And Ashley is not gonna let go of Michael until she finds her a new sponsor. So, um, okay. So, with that being said, Giselle walked. Well, no, then Karen walks in. Now here's where I'm about to give Karen a little bit because, like I said, I told y'all I'm equal opportunity. I got a few people tonight. I'm gonna hit a few people tonight, not just the usual suspects, but y'all know how much I love me some Karen. But look, that's why I be trying to tell y'all, even when they my faves, I can still give it to them when they wrong. And Karen, you know you wrong. Again, if you are Miss Etiquette. Remember the first season of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Karen was Miss Etiquette. Karen, you cannot be mad at Mia for not accepting that bullshit ass invitation you sent. Now, that is, I'm going to say that from a straightforward point of view, Karen, you can't be wrong. You did not, you didn't originally invite Mia. Then you sent out a second invitation when half the people didn't accept the first invitation. Actually, what it was production got on the phone and told your ass you got to invite everybody. So then you sent out the second round of invitations, and you got mad when the people didn't, and when the people didn't accept those invitations. Now, what Giselle was saying, Karen, now, so from that point of view, Karen, you was wrong. Period. Point blank. You were wrong. And you know you were wrong. And you know that if that had happened to you, your ass wouldn't have went. If somebody sent out a first round invitation and then they sent out a second round and then you was on the second round, you know good and damn well your ass wouldn't have accepted that. You know you wouldn't have. You would have said the exact same thing Mia said, baby, I am not a second round draft pick. And then Giselle gonna, I keep saying Giselle, damn. Then Karen gonna say you a last pick. Girl, did you think that was gonna make it better? Karen. But what Karen wasn't saying, which we all know is what's going on, is production was probably at this point, production was probably getting on y'all about this divided cast bullshit that y'all got going on. And probably production was telling y'all need to go. We need to make this a group event and we need everybody to get their shit together. And that's probably what Karen was saying without saying it. You know what I mean? Karen was like, because Karen was saying, you know about this group. I was trying to get the group together. So that's probably what Karen was saying without saying it, but I still feel where Mia was coming from. And y'all know I don't agree with Mia on shit. But on this one, I'm with you, Mia. I'm with you. The way it was done was disrespectful. Then Giselle comes in Well, Mia and Karen got into it. I think Mia called Karen a trick. Karen called me a dog. I don't know, vice versa. Mia called Karen a dog, and Karen called me whatever. They went at it. I don't. Now, when Giselle walks in, Giselle speaks to everybody and walks past Wendy. Wendy, girl, you can't be mad because production told on you because you talking about something. No, she didn't walk into my event and not speak to me. Now, granted, you didn't ignore her at her events, but you've been ignoring her all season. Girl, you can't get mad that she gave you a little taste back. You've been ignoring her all season long. You cannot get mad when she give you a little taste back. Like, come on. Hey Ray, what's up, boo? Then this is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the comment that pissed me off. And when I say it pissed me off, I mean it pissed me off for real. She made a comment about Chris picking up weight, talking about something. Is that stress eating? Ha 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 ha. I didn't find that funny at all because, again, I don't find that whole situation funny. I don't find anything funny about what Giselle did to Chris last season. I don't. I don't find anything amusing about it. I don't find anything funny about it. And I'm not over it. And if I were Candace, I wouldn't, I ain't got, I'm not mad at Candace for not being over it. And I ain't mad at Chris for not being over it. I'm not over it. Because again, you did something that potentially could have ruined that man's life. You did something that could have launched an investigation legally and internally with Real Housewives of Potomac. You did something that could have put his wife's job at jeopardy with the Real Housewives of Potomac. You did something that could have affected his real life job in jeopardy over some bullshit, over a lot that you can't even keep. You didn't change the story 20 times. And every time you change it, you make it a little bit more serious and a little bit more serious up until the last time you told the story. Now you said he forced you into that room and closed the door and locked it. So now you're really trying to turn him into a damn predator. So I didn't find anything funny by you making a joke about, oh, that he picked up a few pounds. Oh, is that stress eating? Like, are you alluding to the fact that you stressed him out and you had him worried and you had him bothered and you had him, up in his feelings? Like, is that where that was going? Is that what you talking about? Because again, I don't find none of that funny. I don't find any of that amusing. So I didn't like it. I didn't like the comment. I didn't like the laughing. I did not like it. G gets up and leaves. And as soon as G leaves, well, first, Wendy thanked everybody. Hold on, y'all. This is my mom. Hold on. Hello. Sorry about that, y'all. So my members know my mom had surgery Friday, so she was calling me, so I was just checking on her. Okay, so I left off with Giselle. Okay. Then Giselle lied because Wendy thanked everybody and said, it's been so long since all of us have gotten together and just laughed. And I just want to thank everybody for coming and having a good time. And here go evil ass Giselle. I didn't laugh. Did Giselle laugh? Who laughed? Giselle didn't laugh. And again, production got your ass because production showed you laughing the whole goddamn day. Why do you have to just be nasty all the time, Giselle? All the time. All the time. Like, you could have just been like, yeah, you know what? It was really cool to have we just had a good time smoking oregano. But make a joke about the fact that y'all was rolling oregano. Like, you can make a lot of jokes, but why did you? It's like you just gotta be nasty. It's exhausting. It is exhausting that Giselle always has to just be nasty. It is exhausting. Then Nneka pulls Wendy aside, and Nneka says, "I want to thank you for for extending the olive branch. I want to thank you for coming, and I would really like for us to sit down and talk. I really want us to hash everything out, and maybe we can move forward." Wendy said, "I hear you. I receive what you're saying. I don't know. I'll take it into consideration. I don't know if I'm ready for that step yet." And Nneka was like, "Well, I don't understand. Like, you invited me, like you extended the olive branch and you invited me." And Wendy was like, "You haven't even apologized for calling me a bitch. Like, I don't know if I'm ready to sit down." And Nneka was like, "Well, I mean, we could talk about it then. Like, I thought that was something we could talk about." See, that hit me some kind of way, right? If me and you get into a disagreement and you call me out my name, Nneka, you have made 20,000 excuses for why you called that woman out her name. First, you said she cursed at you. When they rolled the tape back, you actually cursed first. Second of all, Wendy did not call you out of your name. She used curse in the sentence. She cursed in the sentence as she was talking to you, but she did not call you out of your name. She did not curse at you. And you actually cursed at her first. I mean, she cursed at you, but she didn't call you out your name. And then you called her out of her name. So the fact that you can't even apologize at this point, I understand why Wendy is like, "I don't know." And she said, "At this point, I have to feel you're sincere." And I feel like there's a part of Wendy that's like, "Look, is this really about you apologizing to me? Or is this really about moving this storyline along and moving on to something else for the purposes of the show?" And again, I say, here's where I'm talking about, I feel like they're playing in our faces because again, and this goes back to how dark this season is. I told you guys before, what this is serious. This is real life shit. And I know reality TV is supposed to be real life stuff, but this is like serious real life stuff. You know what I mean? Forget about the whole tribal and all of that. Like, you call her mama a witch. You said that you said that this girl mama was practicing something other than Christianity and that she was a witch and that she had you on an altar. Like, you literally have said that. You called her a bitch. You accused her husband. Like, you really have done some shit to Wendy, all in the name of creating a storyline. So excuse me if Wendy is not jumping up and running to help you get past it. Because for Wendy, this isn't a storyline. For Wendy, this is deeper. Um, and the fact that you can't even just apologize for calling that woman out her name without having a sit down conversation, I understand where Wendy's coming from, and I understand her hesitation. Now, in the grand scheme of a reality show, Wendy, you know what you're supposed to do. Like, in the grand scheme of a reality show, girl, you know you're supposed to sit down and have that conversation with her. But I understand. But see, that's what happens when you cross certain lines. Fun shade we can get past. A little light we can get past. You calling my husband Happy Eddie, we can take that and we can turn them lemons into lemonade. But some stuff like, Giselle accusing Candace's husband of being a predator. Like, there's some things. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And that's why I said what I said last night when we were talking about, hell, I don't remember what we were talking about last night. We were talking about Love and Marriage DC, and I was like, production is going to have to make some hard decisions about this cast, because either they're going to be able to move past these issues, which I'm not saying they should, but if they can't, y'all gonna have to make some hard decisions about casting, because the show doesn't work with a divided cast. We see this happening right now. We see this divided cast. It doesn't work. Hell, Wendy's friend that she brought on the show, she showed up at the NECA's damn unpacking party without Wendy. That don't even make sense. We know that in the grand scheme of things, Wendy ain't really bringing her on the show, but they introduced her through Wendy, and now you got her showing up to events that Wendy won't go to. That ain't Wendy's friend. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work for the story. So Wendy was like, yeah, girl, I don't know. Like, I'll let you know. Wendy ended up not going to the packing party. And again, Wendy, you could have let NECA go. No, you weren't coming. Like, I do feel like you sending a message through the other ladies. I felt, again, I'm being equal opportunity here. So we have this meeting. I mean, we have this date with Mia and Gordon. That had to be the most confusing shit that I have ever seen. First of all, y'all talking in riddles and circles, and we don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, because y'all can't really say some of the stuff that y'all want to say. So you're trying to talk around it. So first of all, come to find out, now in therapy, Mia said that Gordon didn't know that she was thinking about divorce. But on that scene, we found out that Gordon found the receipts from the divorce attorney, and that's how he knew you was thinking about you was thinking about the divorce. What? How he just found the receipt, Mia? Then you said that, and here's like y'all playing in my face. This is another playing in my face scene. Gordon's family was very clear about why they fired Gordon. If I know, y'all fucking know. Because Gordon's sisters or nieces or whoever them women's was came down to the good internet and told us why they fired Gordon. They lost confidence in Gordon being able to lead the company because Gordon allowed Mia to get down here on this good Real Housewives of Potomac and lie about her position in the company. Notice she didn't say tonight she was the goddamn CEO. She said, I lost my position with the company. She didn't say I was the CEO. Not like she tried to tell us before. Remember, Mia tried to say she was running that shit, that Gordon had retired and she was the acting CEO? Listen, she talking about something. I just think Gordon needs to take responsibility for his part and why he got fired. Girl, you the reason why he got fired. What you mean? Look, I done blurred up my camera. Girl, you the reason why he got fired. The family didn't trust his decision making anymore because one, they already don't like you and they saw you coming a mile away and they said you was a trick hoe. Okay, that's number one. Number two, he went down here on national television and told everybody that he retired and that you were running the company. Can you imagine if you were on the board of directors for this company, even though it's a family company? Can you imagine being on the board of directors and your daughter, because I'm sure you weren't watching the Real Housewives of Potomac, which is probably what he was banking on, but can you imagine your daughter calling you saying, Daddy? You see Uncle Gordon's wife talking about something, she running the company? Can you imagine how that conversation went? So then Gordon said, well, I don't know why they fired me. They won't tell me why they fired me. He said, all they told me was that I wouldn't listen. Bitch, that's a reason. What you need them to tell you? They said you wouldn't listen. Right, I agree, Kenya. They didn't think that lie was going to cost them, but what we're not going to do is play in our faces and sit here and act like y'all don't know what the problem was. Now, do I think that the family gave them an opportunity to fix it? I don't know, because I think there have been problems probably for a while. I think, again, listen, we got to go back to the beginning of this thing. Now, this is my opinion. This is really be talking. This really be talking, y'all. But we got to go to the beginning of this thing. Gordon was married. Gordon has children, and at the time they were probably young children, with his first wife. Gordon has an affair with a scripper, divorces the first wife, marries the scripper. There have probably been some problems and some tension for a while. And then he got the wife on payroll. I'm sure that there were probably some concerns already there. So I think that the Real Housewives of Potomac thing, I think, was the final straw. So that's number one. Then they started talking about this imaginary divorce. And Mia was like, well, I mean, do you think we could do that? What do you think a divorce with us would look like? Gordon was like, we ain't getting divorced. Gordon said, we're not getting divorced. Gordon said, listen, we will come up with an arrangement that is mutually acceptable to both of us. We're not getting no divorce. Baby. Gordon said, we're not getting divorced. I hope y'all caught what I caught. Gordon said we are not getting. He said that's not going to happen. Now, what I would be interested to know is he saying that because he's not ready to let Mia go? Or is he saying that because whatever prenup they signed isn't in his favor right now? I don't know. Because let's be clear. Well, maybe they didn't sign a prenup. I don't know. The interesting thing is, because his financial situation is recent, I'm wondering if he's worried about having to pay out money that he doesn't have right now. Because let's be clear, I don't think they're not broke. They just can't live the way they've been living. They're not our definition of broke. They're their definition of broke. Like, they've had to scale back. Not like we can't live at all. Like, they ain't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't buy no one-room shotgun house down in the hood. They're still living in a really nice apartment in a really I think they're in downtown Baltimore or whatever. Like, they're still living pretty decent. But I'm wondering if that's where Gordon's thought process is. Right, like no nanny. Because, child, if Mia bring up one more time that she ain't got no goddamn nanny, girl, go take care of your kids. They're your kids. You had them. They're yours. They belong to you, ma'am. They belong to you. If you bring up one more time how you ain't got no damn nanny, I'm going to scream. Which also doesn't make sense, because shouldn't they still be collecting dividends? Was Mia's salary that integral to the household? It wasn't. See, that's the thing, Xavier. It wasn't Mia's salary. That's my point. It wasn't Mia's salary. It was Gordon's salary. Gordon was still the fucking CEO. They were lying about that. They were lying about him being retired and her being. No, Mia did have a position, and I'm sure she made over six figures. But Gordon was still the CEO making CEO money. All of that was a lie. Gordon wasn't retired. Gordon was still very much the CEO, which is why the family was like, what the fuck you talking about? He's retired. Right, that's what I'm saying, Quake. I'm sure they do have money coming in. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they have money coming in. Right, Anila with her fake ass storyline last year about losing her nanny. Child. But yeah, that whole scene was just confusing. It was all over the place, and I ain't understand it. I feel like that was one of those. You know what? Let me tell you something. Let me finish my first thought before I get to my second thought. Y'all know my brain be all over the place. So my first thought is this scene gave me very much backtrack. Like this scene gave me very much we need, like, we've announced that we're separated or we're at that point where we're separated. So now we need to film a scene around us to show that the marriage is just not in a good space. Because that was the other thing I forgot to bring up when they were back at the weed joint with Robin just bringing up in front of a table full of everybody. So how are you and Gordon, Mia? And you can see Mia was taken aback. Mia was like, the fuck? What? Like you could tell Mia was it. Mia was like, what? I was like, damn, Robin, that was just like out of nowhere. That was just out of nowhere. Like Gordon gets up, he's leaving. He said he got some business to handle, and literally, it was just awkward. I'm sure it was. I ain't gonna say that was edited. It was just awkward as fuck, and you could tell Mia was taken aback, and literally, and you saw Mia look around like the fuck, like Robin, like I don't even know half these people. If that had been a closed scene where it was just the ladies on the show, but it were like other people there. That was just weird, Robin. That was so fucking weird. Anyway, but let me tell y'all something. Y'all know what I was thinking when I was getting ready to switch. Let me say this, and then we're gonna get to the last little part. The more I look at Gordon, the more I know that you married that man for his money. And I know that's a mean thing to say, but that's what my brain was thinking. That's what my brain went. My brain went there, y'all. And I know that's a mean thing to think. I know that's not a nice thing to think, but baby, that is what I was thinking. Okay. But y'all know what I was thinking after that thought came into my head. Y'all know what I thought after that. I said Gordon need to find him a Porsche. Gordon, and when I say a Porsche, I mean, do y'all see the transformation in Portia's husband between whatever? I don't know if the man had lipo. I don't know if he been taking Ozempic. I don't know what, but that man done lost him some weight. Portia that took him down to Neiman's and got him a personal shopper. Okay. She done took him to a dermatologist and cleared up that skin. And what I mean, I don't mean he had bad skin, but it's something. He got a glow. His skin got a glow about him. I don't know what it is, but baby, his skin got a glow. Y'all see, Kenya, you know what I'm talking about. Kenya said that skin. Yes, Simon looked good. Now, listen, I ain't about to sit here and tell y'all no lies. Simon looked good. Okay, I don't know what the fuck Portia did. I mean, maybe that's just what love looked like. I don't know. But baby, that man looked good. And if you got a before and after, baby, Gordon, you need you a Porsche. Okay? That is gonna be his best revenge. Cause Mia done moved on. And you see she already done found her a new man and all that good stuff. Well, he ain't a new man, he an old man, but still, baby, give Gordon about a year with a Porsche. Whatever Porsche did, that is what Gordon need in his life. Gordon need him a woman that is gonna love up on him. Yep, get him some Botox, get him some lipo, get him a little. Maybe it is a little makeup. Maybe it's a little makeup, some filler, whatever the fuck they doing. I don't care, y'all. Whatever all y'all saying in the chat. Because baby, I was looking at Gordon and I was like, he looked like a defeated man. You know what I'm saying? Gordon looks, because y'all remember the Gordon we first met. We ain't like, well, I didn't like him that much because I said he a little extra. He was a little touchy feely. He was a little flirty. This Gordon does not seem happy. He's not a happy person. Okay, he's not a happy person. I'm not gonna say that Gordon is an unattractive man. I'm just gonna say what I'm seeing right now, he doesn't look happy, and it's translating that way. Does that make sense? He just don't look happy. But anyway, but I was thinking that I was like, he need a Porsche. That's what I was thinking. And yes, and that's fine. And maybe listen, Gordon looked like I said. Simon has definitely lost weight. I mean, I see y'all saying fillers and all that stuff. Whatever he did, child. Whatever he did. All right, that ain't true because I done met some poor men that's fine as wine. They just ain't got no damn money. Trust me. Hey, trust me. It be the poor ones that look good. Hey, okay. Moving on. All right, so we get to NECA's party. Again, you playing in my face. This party don't make no goddamn sense. This party don't make no goddamn sense. Let me tell you part of the reason why this party don't make no sense. Let me say this. I have friends, me and a group of my girlfriends, we do a girls' night. We do a slumber party every year. Minus, the COVID years. We have done a slumber party every year for probably the last 15 years. We take turns hosting it. We either we do an away trip or we do like a sleepover at somebody's house. And generally the rule is as soon as you get there, you got to put your pajamas on. Even if you get there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you gotta go put your pajamas on because it's a sleepover. And we stay in our pajamas all weekend. We take a shower, we put on a different set of pajamas. We put on onesie, we put on all different kinds of shit. We don't do no lingerie because it ain't that kind of party. But cute little pajama outfits. The first thing that y'all playing in my face, Bravo, is that these women was driving. Do you know how far Mia lived from NECA? And you want me to believe that Mia drove for damn near 2 hours, an hour and a half, depending on traffic, with them damn pajamas on? Robin lived an hour to an hour. Robin and Mia live an hour to an hour and a half from NECA. And they was in them damn pajamas. Now, Karen, okay, she lived down the street. They said that what's the girl? Sharice, they say she don't live that far. Ashley live in Virginia, and not too far, give or take. Candace lives about 45 minutes to an hour. Like, you really had me believe that them women was riding around in their damn pajamas for that at the time. And maybe they were shit. I don't know. But for me, that's the first thing that hit me. That is the first thing that hit me was how them people rolled up. But okay, I know that's me being petty at this point, and that's fine. That's me being petty. The second thing is don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. What you're not gonna do is invite me over to your house to help you unpack your shit. Mm-mm. You're not gonna dress it up like it's a pajama party and then have it catered and make it all like I wish I would. Now, I mean, I gotta give NECA credit because I mean NECA got them people to unpack her shit. But ain't no way in hell. Now let's be clear. For the purposes of filming, they probably all only unpacked one box. I mean, I doubt they were there for hours unpacking her shit. I'm sure that they all just for the purposes of getting it on camera, everybody unpacked like one box. But still, it's the like, how dare you? How dare you invite me over your house to unpack a damn box? The fuck? Now, I have had friends have a packing party saying, listen, if y'all come over and help me pack? I've done that before. I've had now I did one time when I moved, not when I moved here. Yeah, when I moved here. Was it when I moved here? It might have been when I moved here. I don't know, child. It's been so long since I moved. It was either when I moved here or when I moved the time before that. Now, I did have all my friends help me move my shit out of storage so I wouldn't buy a move, so I wouldn't have to get a mover. And everybody we all showed up at my storage unit and I just asked everybody to load up their car. Now, I did do that. But let's be clear. That was like 15 years ago. And I ain't had the money to be hiring movers. But like I said before, if I'm moving into a $1 million house, I can afford movers. And I'm not touching none of that shit. I need y'all to know. Right. Yeah. And those were my real friends. Right. Those were my real friends. But listen, if I move again, I'm not touching nothing. I am picking up my purse because I will have professional movers come through here. Now, I'm going to go through the shit that I'm throwing away that I'm not taking with me. I'm going to do that. The shit that I'm not taking with me. But please understand, please know that I'm not moving nothing. Right, Kenya. That's what real friends are for. Exactly. Exactly. Y'all are right. Y'all are right. Y'all are right. Now, with all of that being said, Karen and Mia again, but basically, Karen was like, we need to stop spreading rumors. And then she proceeded to talk about the rumors about Mia. And she said the only reason why she repeated those rumors was to show that we need to stop spreading rumors. Which, by the way, Mia said, okay, I am seeing somebody, but Gia was there. Which that don't make no sense. But again, I don't already spent too much time on Mia and G in that whole situation. Then they played Never Have I Ever, to which Mia used as an opportunity to be shady towards Karen and used something that Robin told her, maybe not so much in confidence, but something that Robin told her to be shady. Never have I ever took a screenshot of somebody's family and saved it in my camera. Who gives a fuck? Why is that even a thing? Just stupid. And then Giselle, once again, she interrupted and butting in her 2 cents. Giselle, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere, if you please don't go sit your ass down somewhere. We don't need you interjecting in this situation. The shit that we want you to put your 2 cents on, you don't never had nothing to say about. But when we don't ask you and we don't want you and we don't need your opinion, now all of a sudden you got so much to say. Giselle, go sit down, please. Man. Can we talk about how Giselle is still low key shading Karen? Like, I'm not, like, not in the fun shade way. Oh, was she talking about some Karen? You look good, but baby, Karen was ready for. Karen said, "Where's this going?" Karen was like, "I'm not even playing with you, Giselle." And then Giselle was like, "What? No, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, she talking about some. Did you all have a tune up?" Child. Now, people can say a lot of things about Karen, but Karen is one of the few people on that show that hasn't lied about getting work done. Because the only reason why we know Giselle had a tummy tuck is because Wendy called her ass out about it. But but Karen has told us that she's got, I mean, not that we can't see it, but just Karen has never shied away from talking about the work that she's done. Hell, even last week when she got that damn tattoo with Raven, she said, well, I've had needles stuck in me for beauty purposes, so this shouldn't be too bad. Like she's talked about. So what do you like? You're not calling her out about nothing. She's talked about it. Talked about it. So that was shady for no reason. You know what I mean? But everybody over there has had some work done. I think Candace might, and I say might because I don't know for sure, but Candace might, and again, I keep stressing might be the only natural one there. Let's see. We know Giselle has had work done. Wendy has admitted to having work done. Karen has had work done. Mia's had work done. That only leaves Robin. Well, Ashley, we know Ashley has to have work done. That only leaves Robin and Candace. Candace is probably, and she don't need no damn Botox, but she might have had Botox. And I'm not even going to necessarily even count Botox, but I don't think Robin, I don't think Robin has had any major, like, she might have had lipo, maybe, but I don't think she's had any major stuff. And again, I'm not shading nobody for it because I done already told y'all that I'm not above it. I done already told y'all I'm not above it. So I ain't shading nobody over it. I'm just saying, if we want to start talking about people looking refreshed and all of that, girl. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got, y'all. Don't forget the Whether You Like It or Not panel is tomorrow night. We will be giving you the Real Tease channel. Again, if you're not subscribed to him, please be on the lookout. It'll be on my community wall tomorrow. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do Married to Medicine tomorrow because I don't know what time I'm going to be home because I'm probably going to go see my mom when I get off work. And I'm not sure what time I'm going to get home. If I have time to do it before the Whether You Like It or Not panel, I will. If not, if it's an interesting enough if it's an interesting enough episode, we can do it on Tuesday. If it ain't that interesting, I'll just do a pre-record and keep it moving. I think this one is actually going to be pretty good, though, because this is with them going on the trip, and it looks like they get to arguing. So I might have some shit to say. All right, you guys. I will talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace.